Hello guys, and this side your studious girl, welcoming you back once again to the channel. And I know it's been a very long time, but yes, I am with the motive today here to complete the PYQ, specifically my question papers which I gave last year my boards. So firstly, this was the material I have provided to you with the heading material. The folder is I have put in the CBSE question bank here for 2024, the sample question papers which CBSE has produced, the previous year practice questions which CBSE gave, the previous year sample papers are also here which I wrote. Even the English core, history and class 12th also are here. And even I have delivered few Google forms which I had taught to you all. So all these Google forms are also here. Specifically, I had completed the first book of history and first two chapters of pol science, both books, first chapters. And I have just one chapter for class 11. That's not for you. Why do we need a constitution? So here I give Google Forms. So a book and political science first to two chapters you can revise from these Google Forms also. I have given my personal notes for history and pol science. So these are also super beneficial for you. Just give me a minute. Let they load. So here are my notes which are handmade. From these I have written. And one thing also I would like to suggest to you that firstly, be calm and keep yourself stable. Don't keep such a havoc in your mind that boards are coming, CUET and all that. So please be calm and do everything with full success. You'll be getting. So these are the notes and these are super beneficial for you, even for your CUET. So no need to worry about that, because CUET, even I gave CUET, and CUET is solely based on your NCERT books. So if you have given your 12th examination with full preparation, you don't even need to read once the notes. Just before the paper, go through your notes once again and you will be good to go for your CUET examinations. Just the thing is, you need to be aware about the examination forms which are going to be out very soon. The notifications are coming. Even I'll intimate whenever I get the news about, because CUET examination forms comes before your board examination starts. So most probably in the first week of February it is expected that CUET examination forms for UG 2025 will be coming and released. So you need to fill for the CUET exams. So these are my notes, and today my target specifically is to, here we move ahead with the question papers which are my target today. These are the all 5 question papers which I gave. I'll be opening each one by one, and also I have given the date sheet. As you all must be knowing, I gave the date sheet to you all. This is the circular basically, and the date sheet is here on the hyperlink which is provided here. Just give me a second. This was the notice. So I'm sorry, this was the notice, and give me a second, I'll give you the date sheet too. Guys, here is the post which I created on community with your date sheet for examination for class 12 CBSE board senior school certificate examination. Okay, so this was on 15th Feb, entrepreneurship. I'll be giving you the question paper for entrepreneurship too, as this was my subject personally. And then you have your first examination is on 15th Feb, as I said, on 15th Feb, entrepreneurship. There you move ahead with English 11th March, English elective, English core, both examinations on Tuesday 11th March. And then you move ahead with Saturday 15th March, Hindi elective, Hindi core. Few of the students must be having this too. And then you move ahead with 19th March, economics. 19th March, economics, 10:30 to 1:30 p.m. This is another your exam. Then you move ahead on 22nd March, political science. 22nd March, political science. 24th March, Sanskrit. This is also many of you must be having. Biology for science students, 25th March. 26th March, accountancy for commerce students. And 27th March, sociology, many of you must be having. For all those who have CS, information, IT, for 29th March for you, and 1st April for history. 1st April for history. Then you move ahead with all other regional languages. For psychology, it's 4th April. 4th April psychology, 3rd April home science for all those who are having. So this was your date sheet, and now I think we should start with the previous year question papers which are mine. So yes, let's start with the previous year question papers. So firstly, I'm starting with political science, and here we move ahead with one thing I would like to inform you till the PDF is loading. I was saying that you all should keep just write out your examination. Like on 9th March, you have this exam this time. Please keep in mind the duration and the specific starting time, and reach an hour early to the center which is allocated to you, because sometimes the center might change, which is might be you are having some set center which your senior gave, and your center must have been changed, and you just in that flow you reach to some other center. So that's also a buffer you need. So reach an hour before your examination to the center, because majorly the examination is at 10:30, so you should reach by 9:30, and specifically if you are living far away from a center, reach an hour before. And if you are near to the center, then also you should read 45 to 30 minutes before, because that's the need of the hour. If you will be see, board examinations are not coming again and again. These are lifetime experiences, and so if you are getting late, you will be in loss. But if you are early, you are nothing in loss. Just carry your books. Some of your parents or you yourself are reaching to the centers. Keep the books in your vehicle and go to the center. So there is nothing hurry. But if you get late, you are in loss, because you might miss the attendance or something like that. So that's an advice from me as a senior. So reach to that examination hall before time, at least half an hour or an hour. So here we move ahead with the political science question paper 2024. This is my question paper so section 1 included 12 marks, which was each mark an MCQ. So here I'm going to solve for you. The first time the Communist Party came to power through democratic elections in which state? The democratic power came in Kerala. We all know. Now we move on to the second question, assertion and reason. Assertion and reason was India and China, other developing countries, were exempted from the requirements of Kyoto Protocol. The reason is, assertion is correct. The reason is their contribution to the emission of greenhouse gases during the industrialization period was not significant. This is also correct. One thing I would like to tell you for assertion and reason, there is a trick. You need to use the eliminating method in MCQ questions, and specifically in assertion reason. Like the thing we are talking about is Kyoto Protocol, and that was for the emission of greenhouses. That means the two statements are interrelated to each other. That means assertion reason is also correct, assertion is also correct. That means none of them is incorrect. So both these options get eliminated. Now we have A and B. Now we need to just check the relation, that like in assertion they are talking about Kyoto Protocol, and in reason they are talking about emission of greenhouse gases, which was the aim of Kyoto Protocol. So that means the two statements are interrelated. So we have the answer as A, because it is the correct explanation, not the incorrect one. So this is the trick you can follow in assertion reason questions. So this will be easy for you. Here we move ahead with the match the following. Antarctic Treaty, we have 1959. Montreal Protocol, we have 1987. Antarctic Protocol, we have 1991. And Kyoto Protocol we have in 1997. Okay, so this is your correct option for that. Now we move ahead. People who seek better economic opportunities abroad are called. This is a question which may confuse you, but you need to use your brain. And these are the tricky questions. Like, firstly, refugees are those who are being displaced due to certain conditions, like environmental conditions like earthquake, tsunami, or war conditions. So refugees are those, so this option gets eliminated for sure. नॉन रेजिडेंट्स आर दोज हु आर नॉट लिविंग, तो उनका अब्रॉड शिफ्ट होने का कोई मतलब ही नहीं बनता जब वो कहीं रह ही नहीं रहे थे, तो ये भी ऑप्शन एलिमिनेट हो जाता है. नाउ वी गो टू द माइग्रेंट्स एंड इमिग्रेंट्स. इमिग्रेंट्स आर दोज हु कम that means who enter from somewhere but not in search of economic opportunities, who want to change or want to get a new place or new home in some other country, like that. Like if I shift from India to US, so I'm an immigrant there, because but I'm not going from not shifting from India to US for a better economic opportunity. I'm shifting there for a better new home. So this option also gets cancelled. So eventually migrants is the answer, and migrants are specifically those who shift for better economic opportunities. Here we move ahead. A process in which countries share ideas and information with their rivals is called. This is a question, and the answer for this is confidence building, because this process, sharing ideas and information with rivals, is helpful at the time of war for officers, because this helps them to know the ideas and the strategies from their wordings, what the officers of other sides are saying, because both are opponents for each other, and whatever each single word is recorded at that point of time, that they can crack out the strategy, what are they planning about, and the one who cracks it better is the winner of the rival. So that's the procedure, and this process is called confidence building, because arms control is stopping the production of armory, so this option gets eliminated. Balance of power is, like, this also gets eliminated, because balance of power is when you see that the other power is also equal to the front one. Like here we have US and other side we have Ukraine. So Ukraine is a very weak power, and US is the best power. So there's not a balance in power. Like Ukraine doesn't have anything and US have everything. So that's not equally stable to fight with. So Russia will join Ukraine, that then it will be equally balanced, because both have the equal amount of armory to fight against with. So that's the reason. And alliance building is when you join somebody. Like here Ukraine and Russia joined each other, so this was alliance building. So this is the only option we found to be correct. Okay, now we move ahead with the next MCQ. Which Central Asian Republic witnessed a civil war for 10 years till 2001? The answer for this is Tajikistan, and since 1991 there was a fight going on, and it ended after 10 years in 2001. So this is the answer for this MCQ. Arrange the following events in chronological order and choose the correct option as answer. Here you move ahead with, we have Russian Revolution in 1917. We had Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979. We had disintegration of Soviet Union in 1991, and we had the end of World War II in 1945. Now we can have a mention of, now we can clarify, like the first one is this one, the second one is this one, the third is this, and the fourth is this. You, one thing also remember, there is always a direction from the examiner and the invigilator in the hall. They always say do not write anything on the question paper. So the marks you are seeing here, I have marked after getting out of my examination hall. And you should also not write like I am writing here. You should write these things in rough and then directly mention the answer in your answer sheet. Do not write anything on the question paper, because this might lead to severe consequences on your examination. So, and here we have, this is the answer, as first one is the first one, second we have for fourth, and third we have for second, and fourth we have for third. So this is our answer. Here we move further. So Karbis community belong to which state of India? Karbis community is the belonging to Assam. This is the answer for this. I'm helping you out. This is a question which might come as an indigenous community wala part. India made earnest effort for the early realization of freedom of Indonesia from the colonial regime of which. So the colonial regime से जब इंडिया ने इंडोनेशिया को आज़ाद कराया था, from which colonial regime? So the answer for this is, here we move ahead. As I said, India made earnest effort for the early realization of freedom of Indonesia from the colonial regime of. So the colonial regime was under Dutch. Dutch was the colonial regime in Indonesia at that time, when India realized that Indonesia need to be free from the colonial regime. Here we move ahead with another assertion, and the assertion goes for the Mizo National Front started an armed campaign for independence. This statement is true. After independence, the Mizo Hill area was made an autonomous district with Assam. This was not the case. So here we directly eliminate these two options, and the answer will be C. As I said, that A is correct and R is incorrect. So this is the statement. In which year did China annex Tibet? China annexed Tibet in 1954. Be it, my bad, I'm sorry. China annexed Tibet in 1950. They started the invasion in October 1950, and they successfully annexed it by 1951. Now we move further ahead with the last MCQ here. The first Chief Election Commissioner of India was Mr. Sukumar Sen. Here we come to the end of section A, and the section B goes for 6 marks, 2 questions. I'm sorry, my bad. 2 questions for each marks, and there are 6 questions in it. So 12 marks for this section B, and 2 marks each for 6 questions. So name 2 models of development before India on the eve of independence. That was, we had a socialist model. I'm sorry. Wait, give me 2 models were socialist model, and one was the capitalist model. And India moved ahead. The major leaders were on the side of socialist model, but India moved ahead with the mixed model, which included both of these two. As India was on the urge of getting poor, and was lacking in resources, so the leaders decided to even include capitalism, because otherwise the India won't be able to gain and secure a stable position. So the need of the hour was to get a mixed economy at that point of time. The next question here is, terrorism is the new threat to security. This is also a very common question, comes frequently, because terrorism is the very common question at that time and at present also, because terrorism is very often. Now and then we hear at this border happened something, at this border happened something, and majorly the India-Pakistan-Kashmir border and the India-Pakistan-China wala border is always in limelight. So you can mention everything. Actually, one thing more I would like to say, that this is important that you mention NCERT lines in the answer, but that doesn't mean that you can't add your practical information. Like, if something is in limelight, like something mishappening is happened recently just before your examination on the borders of India China or India Pakistan, so you can mention that terrorism is leading to such a huge havoc that till present we are facing the consequences like that. So yes, you can mention everything on your practical basis too, but that will give a quick impression that if you mention practical information plus your NCERT information which you have read. So this is the trick, that you should include the NCERT tricks and just highlight, not with the highlighter, not with the pen, just with the pencil, underline the things which you are sure of that you have written from your NCRT. Because teachers in CBSE at the time, what I felt is that people just find the quick keywords that you are mentioning, and from those keywords they realize that you have learnt or not. They get to know that your language, your handwriting, your way of writing, the posture and the body which you have created, they get a glimpse that yes, this children has settled everything with proper organization, and also mentioned the keywords from NCRT. That means this child was well prepared. So their mindset becomes like that, that yes, this child was prepared fully. So they genuinely check your copies and they give you marks, because they at that point of time, the checkers have not that much of span of time with them that they can read each and every answer. So that's the thing, which is the secret key ingredient which I've given you. So you just calm and relax and give your examination the 100%, and you'll be getting the 100% result for sure. That's my guarantee. Here we move ahead further with, why did the people of East Pakistan resent the domination of West Pakistan? East Pakistan is today's Bangladesh and West Pakistan is today's Pakistan. So these were the two things which was in limelight. In East Pakistan, people were speaking other languages, which were Tamil like that, and West Pakistan had their Urdu language. And the people of West Pakistan were even being so far, like West Pakistan is on our near the Gujarat side, and East Pakistan is on our this east side. So but even after being a so expanse distant territory of India, they were trying to impose Urdu on the East Pakistan population. So that led to the revolution which you have read in your NCRT, and they were being forced to follow Urdu. So they started a revolution, and lastly, with the help of India in 1971, when Srimati Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister, helped Bangladesh to gain independence. So yeah, this is the story for East Pakistan, which is present day Bangladesh. The other three questions for 2 marks each is, explain the balance of power as a traditional security component. ये भी आपके बुक से ही है. If you must be seeing that each and everything is from the book, nowhere else. So balance of power as a component of traditional security is the same thing which you mentioned, I above mentioned on the part of MCQ, that both have the equal power to fight, then only the balance is there to start the fight. So that is an etiquette while starting a war, which is generally not followed at the moment. Why was India's experiment with universal adult franchise described as bold and risky? This is also a very good question. Bold and risky it was, I must say, you all must have studied that bold and risky was because that it was the very first time, India being an uneducated country, very few of the people were uneducated at that moment, and nobody has any sort of documents, and the process of democratic franchise, this was not ever been practiced in the entire world. And India being such in a haphazard conditions, India still started to follow a democratic process. So India was the first one to follow the democratic process, and also getting elected for the first time. So that was the first achievement. This brought India to a limelight, that and even the foreign countries started getting to think that yes, India can also do something. And present day India is on a good state of condition, and India is the largest democracy, we all know about it. So with largest population, that too largest number of voters. So yes, this was the reason India's experiment with universal adult franchise was considered to be bold and risky. The main 2 points were that people were uneducated in India, and the leaders were also not ready. The huge amount of money was required to campaign, and India was in such a devastating condition at that point of time that India didn't even have a sort of money to campaign all that, and no achievement, no achievement in the sense I want to say that no commission was even set up. Like present day we have Election Commission of India, but at that point of time Election Commission was also not stated and not even started. So that was the biggest experiment, and this established India on a world stage, that yes, India can also be on a huge amount of level at stake. The next question is, highlight the main reason for the beginning of era of coalitions in India in 1989. दिस वॉज द टाइम, ये वाली जो लाइन इसके इसी चैप्टर में, ये सेकेंड लास्ट चैप्टर आई थिंक, इसमें जो दी हुई है स्केड्यूलिंग पूरी, वो आपको ज़रूर याद करनी होगी कि कब आई के गुजराल थे, कब कौन से लीडर थे, क्या टाइम पीरियड था बीजेपी में। अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी ने 3 से 4 बार हर 2-2 3-3 महीने का ब्रेक पे उनका टेन्योर था, तो वो चीज़ें आपको याद करनी पड़ेंगी। दैट्स अ बिट रिस्की, बट इफ़ यू follow the timeline and you just write it twice, you'll be able to learn it. We move ahead with the section C here. Section C is for we have 5 marks with 4 questions. Just give me a second. We have 5 questions with 4 mark each. So here you have a lot of options. Like first question is without an option. Nehru was an ardent advocate of Asian unity. यहाँ पे आपको बैंडन कॉन्फ्रेंस मेंशन करना होगा और आपको नाम मेंशन करना होगा और उसके आसपास का सारा आपको सेटअप करके मेंशन करना होगा। एशियन यूनिटी में वही आता है कि नेहरू जी ने फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्टैंड लिया था कि इंडिया एक नॉन अलाइंड मूवमेंट स्टार्ट करेगी, फिर इंडिया को काफ़ी लोगों ने ज्वाइन किया, बैंडन कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ एंड ऑल दैट। एक्सप्लेन एनी 2 कॉजेज ऑफ द डिसइंटीग्रेशन ऑफ सोवियत यूनियन। ये भी बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है। 2 कॉजेज की 2 कॉजेज में आई बिलीव एक तो था कि आर्म्स रेस चल रही थी और एक था कि टेक्नोलॉजी उतनी अपग्रेडेड नहीं थी जितनी कि यूएस की थी। तो दीज वर द फ्यू रीजंस। और मैं एक चीज़ अभी लेट मी कंप्लीट, देन आई विल टेल यू फॉर हाउ मेनी मार्क्स यू नीड टू राइट हाउ मच, बिकॉज एक्स्ट्रा लिखने का भी कोई रीज़न नहीं है। दैट्स व्हाट आई सेड कि वहाँ पे कोई नहीं पढ़ेगा, दे जस्ट वांट द मेन कीवर्ड्स एंड दे विल बी गिविंग यू फुल मार्क्स। We move further. This is the 21st question and we have 2 parts. We need to do any one of them. Highlight any 2 lessons learned from the imposition of emergency, India 1975. Highlight any 4 consequences of the imposition of emergency in India 1975. Look, this is an internal choice. From single chapter you have 2 questions and that too just from reverses. Just the thing is you need to lessons you can form yourselves and consequences you need to write from the book. So but at my point of time, if I have studied emergency at the correct point and correctly with full information, this question appears to be more easier than this one, because consequences because for 4 marks you can write 4 consequences, but if you remember, but if you don't remember, then this is the good question, because this you can frame, but this you need to write from the NCERT. So for 2 lessons, first was eventually that India had some weak points in its constitution, that emergency led to censorship. First of all, the freedom to press was declined, and the other was that constitution needs to be yet improved in the case of emergency imposition, as the leader was inevitable and was not compatible, nobody was there to remove the leader who was doing such wrong things in the imposition of emergency. So India's constitution also needed reforms. These were the 2 lessons which we felt. These were the 2 reforms which were needed. Here we move further to 22nd question. Explain any 2 economic consequences of globalization. Explain any 2 political consequences. Like you will be getting internal choices. On the above question also you had an internal choice from single chapter, and here also you get an internal choice. So these also 2 easy questions. If you have read that chapter, you will be equally be able to sort this out. Now we move further to name the leaders who signed the Punjab Accord and explain any two of them provisions of this accord. Punjab Accord, first of all, this was between, I believe this was between Indira Gandhi and Longwall. This was between Longwall. So this was the accord name signed between these two leaders, and this was, you can explain the provisions if you have studied that. So this is the exact from NCERT. Here we move further to section D, which was for we have 3 questions for 4 marks each, and I believe all the 3 questions are of we have 3 marks. One is your picture and you need to answer. The other one is for map question, and the other is for paragraph question, the comprehension part. So first we start with the comprehension one. In which year the Earth Summit was held? Earth Summit was held in 1992. Which one of the following country was exempted from the requirements of the Kyoto Protocol? Was China, because the Asian countries were exempted, as we studied in the above assertion reason part in MCQ. The second one was that itself. So here the Asian is only China, although it is not considered to be Asian, but here only the Asian country is China as per the geography. So yes, we have the option as China. Which one of the following was not an outcome of the Rio Summit? Agenda 21 was there, Sustainable Development was there, this was also there, this was also not there. The ozone hole was discovered in mid-80s over the Arctic Ocean. Here we move to the map question. ये आप इसी format में करेंगे. This is an important point to be noted. You need to do the map in this format only. Just copy this entire table in your answer copy and mention just like this, like I'll be doing for you this time. Just look at this thing I'll be making. State to which former Congress President K. Kamaraj belonged. Like suppose here we have, this is UP. Give me a second. This is UP and this is Delhi and this is Rajasthan, and the fourth one is, there is the fourth one. Here we have, this is Tamil Nadu. Okay, so C is for Tamil Nadu. Here just write in rough. This is UP, this is Rajasthan, and that is this is Delhi. Okay, so let's move further to write the answers here. Firstly, we'll be writing here. I'm writing here, you just write in your rough side. Okay, the state where Congress party didn't get majority in 1967 elections. The state to which former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri. This is for the option. This option is option A for sure. Okay, so here we can write this. A, Uttar Pradesh. Ayaram Gayaram was originated in, my bad, this is not Delhi, this is Haryana. Okay, this is not Delhi, this is Haryana. And Ayaram Gayaram was originated there itself. This was D, Haryana. Okay. President K. Kamaraj, this much I remember that he was in South somewhere. And for South, we have only the state Tamil Nadu here. So we will be considering him as C, Tamil Nadu. Okay. And the last one which is left is Rajasthan. So here we will be writing Rajasthan. Simple. Okay. So this is the way you need to fill it out. Like I still write here. सिंपल ऑर्डर में लिख लो, A, B, C, D. Okay, so we had C, we had Tamil Nadu. And D, we had Haryana. A, we had UP. And B, we had Rajasthan. Look, A, B, C and D. D, we have Haryana. B, we had Rajasthan. C, we had Tamil Nadu. And A, we have UP. Guys, note, this is the important part which you should keep in mind. You need not to do this until you are a visually impaired candidate. Okay, so remember this, that question number 25, which is this one, this part is for you, the map one, and this part, these questions are for visually impaired children. So you remember, please, and keep in mind, just have a check, keep your eyes open, that you need not to do this part, you need to do the above part. Okay, let's move further. This is the last question, I believe, for you all, for this section. This is the last question, the image question. This is the chapter for, I believe this was the second or third chapter in second book. Which community does the tiger show in the cartoon represents? Tiger. This is the tiger, and this was the Sinhala community, I remember. Okay, and this was the just give me, the organization name was LTTE. Okay, this, the tiger represents, the lion represents the Sinhala community, and this represents the LTTE community. The balancing Rajapakshi aim at to bring both of them together because they were having a conflict. Okay, in this question you can write in your own language, nobody will be going to cut much, just the thing is you need to mention the things correctly. This part is also for visually impaired for question number 26. The above part, you can see the image, it's for you, and this part is for visually impaired children. Here we move ahead to the last question, and we have 4 questions for 6 marks each. And this is the last question for you, last section. Okay, we have 4 questions for 6 marks each, and in this you have choice, so that's easy for you. For first question, composition of United Nations Security Council. They had veto power, they had journal members, they had permanent members. You need to mention all these things because 6 number question requires good amount of points. 4 changes occurred in world politics after the end of Cold War. After the end of Cold War, the politics changed as मतलब सब आपने पढ़ा होगा. 4 factors as European Union, रीजनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. ठीक है, तो इन चीज़ों के तरीके से आपको, मतलब आई जस्ट वांटेड टू गिव यू एन आइडिया दैट येस you need to just go through your NCERT. Everything will be coming from your NCERT itself. Nothing will be so typical that you can't afford to write that too in your own form rather than on NCERT. You can't even write on your own form. I can't believe this thing, that such a typical thing could come in your examination. So yes, this is the process of reorganization of states. Any 3 problems faced to turn the princely states into Indian Union. 3 important issues for a consensus of political parties. 3 benefits of the coalition government formed in 1989. So yes, this was all for the political science question paper. I wish you a very best of luck for political science exam, political science practical exam, and hope you all are doing great and you are going to do great in the examination. So very best of luck, and thank you very much for this video. Do like, share, subscribe and comment to my channel. And any problem, any confusion, I'm always there for you. Just comment, or Instagram, WhatsApp, email ID, where anywhere you can do anything, I'll be there for you. So very best of luck once again. That's all for this video. I'll be coming with another subject like history PYQs, entrepreneurship PYQs, English PYQs. I'm coming very soon with another video.